So, hello, everyone, and welcome to our new time slot and our new day for Always Physical. And as always, we are your co-hosts, Mike from, this channel, and my co-host, Carlos from Eastwood Fly Fan. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, different time slot, and we've got a reoccurring guest and a new guest. Do you want to mention, Mike, or do you want me to mention?
If you want to mention them, that's absolutely fine with me, my friend.
Okay, returning back again, Mr. Wednesday Night, Playtendoguy Pete, always on board with his live streams and physical media info, and always good to have Pete.
Thanks. Thanks for the invite.
And we've got movies, Craig, who I think majority of us have interacted with him on streams before. I like to call him Mr. Vinegar Syndrome because anything Vinegar Syndrome, Bumper will jump on. So yeah, many thanks for Bumper joining in on us on this stream.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's great to finally have you on, mate. It really, really is, and it's great to have you on again, Pete. It's always a lot.
Always a pleasure to join.
Yeah, definitely. Always have a lot of fun. We really, really do. So before we get into the first lot of releases, we're going to go to the comments, and we've got Mr. Regular and half of the Irish Mafia. Alan Meggs from Physical Media Lives saying, good evening, chaps. All the very best, for tonight. Rumour that Harrow might be releasing something. Have you heard anything? Well, I might have heard a little dicky bird, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Don't want to give the game away too early. Next up, we have Mr. Matthew Lombard saying, good evening, gentlemen. Hope you're all well and in good spirits. As good as can. Yep, as good as can be. And Alan also says big hello to Pete and to Bumper, two fine guests who will add much to the proceedings. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Alan.
Very kind of you to say so, mate. And we've also got Collector Adam here, who is a frequent visitor to the comments saying, good evening, gents. Hope you're all doing well. Here's to another great stream. Well, thank you very much, mate.
Regular as clockwork is Adam.
Oh, yes. He's top lad. Really, really is. Absolute top lad. And we've also got Mr. Forgotten World of Movies himself, Adam. Andy? Andy, even I'm forgetting his name now. I'd only done a video with him a few days ago saying, good evening, fellas. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Andy. Andy, not Adam, Andy. So, yes, and even Alan says, "Hi, Andy."
Mr. Ray.
Mr. Ray, that'll do. That's close enough. So, that's the last of the comments for the moment. So, what we're going to do first, we're actually going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to go with the studio back catalogue releases. We're going to do the imports first. And we're going to start off with Kino Lorber, and there are about 9 titles. First one is the Norman Jewison directed musical Jesus Christ Superstar, which is going to be on 4K. We've also got the Daniel Day-Lewis movie In the Name of the Father. We've also got Gridlocked with Tim Roth, which is going to be just a Blu-ray release only. We've also got Desperately Seeking Susan with Rosanna Arquette, Aidan Quinn, and Madonna. And there's also Duplicity as well. There's also The Pirates of Penzance. I think it's like a kind of a swashbuckling musical movie starring Kevin Kline, Angela Lansbury, and Linda Ronstadt. There's also
I'm definitely getting that one. Definitely getting that one. 4K collector's edition. Steelbook as well.
I thought you might be. I think it's the Pantaloons. It's got to be the Pantaloons.
And Peter pre-ordered it already. A couple of copies.
Yeah, definitely.
Complete the DVD.
I want the special ring piece Pete edition.
Yeah.
Is that where you go dancing along at the bottom going, yo, ho, 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 ho? We've also got a release of the late 70s disaster movie Roller Coaster starring George Segal and Timothy Bottoms, I think it is, of a mad bomber trying to blow up roller coasters in parks across America if his demands aren't met. So straightforward mad bomber fare. There's also the film Bluebeard with Richard Burton and also the Canine Patrol Pack starring James Belushi. And I do have a photo of that one right there.
Nice.
3 films, K9, K911 and K9 PI. And there's the one for Roller Coaster and Desperately Seeking Susan. And the one I think Carlos is going to cream his pants over, The Pirates in Men's
That's
Pants.
the one. That's the one.
That's the one. Yes.
Speaking of pirates, I think Pete will definitely grab that.
Oh, yeah. It'll be first in line.
Oh, definitely. Already got my pre-order in.
So, Bumper, because you do like a bit of an import movie, any of those tickling your pantaloons?
Well, for sure. The first one you said, Gridlocked, with my man Tupac. So
yes,
I would get that film because I will collect Tupac movies and I've only got the DVD and it's an upgrade. So yeah, I quite fancy that one. I'm glad you mentioned it because I didn't even know they were releasing it. Problem with Kino Lorber is I can't collect them religiously because they haven't really got a niche or a genre. They'll release films across all different genres. And that's when you end up with a collection full of junk you don't want then, isn't it? So I don't collect them religiously, but I'd have a look at Gridlock, 100%. And K9, I used to rent that film all the time. Always remember the end when he's playing that game in his car, pretending it's a bomb. And if he dies, like, they'll know it's a game, not a bomb. That's stuck in my head for some reason. So yeah, I'd have a little look at that, but I wouldn't like pre-order or rush to get it. So Gridlock would be the one, mate. The rest I could take or leave, I got to be honest.
Okay, no, that's absolutely fair enough. That's fair enough, mate. Ring piece Pete, what about you?
I don't know about them. As much as Pirates of Penzance definitely calling my name, I think I'll just hold out on that one just a little bit. Maybe wait until it goes into a Black Friday sale for a freebie when you buy something else.
The sequel, The Pirates in Pete's Pants.
That's a video nasty, that one is.
Real nasty.
Oh dear. It kind of feels a little bit of a slim pickings there with the releases. Not many of them do catch my eye. Maybe the K9 ones. I remember seeing one of them. I honestly didn't know there was 3 of them. So
I didn't know there was 2 sequels.
That could be quite fun. I do like Desperately Seeking Susan, but I do have like the box set that they released over here. That was quite nice. It was really cheap, so I think I'd just keep with that one. Roller Coaster sounds pretty cool, but I think that's already got a Blu-ray over here. I'll probably just get that and see what that's like first. But yeah, not really much there that's tickling my fancy out of those films.
No, that's fair enough. I will say I've got that Blu-ray of Roller Coaster, and it's not a bad print, and it's actually a pretty good film. You get 2 cuts in the set. Yeah, I think I just watched the standard theatrical, and yeah, it's a pretty good film. It's pretty decent.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, I can say if you find it cheap on Blu-ray over here, pick it up.
Yeah,
it is a pretty good film.
Oh,
so. Mr. Eastwood for Life fan, do any of these make your day?
Well, I've got to agree, it's slim pickings for Kino Lorber because you normally expect something big, but if there's a lean month or two, you always sort of think there's something big waiting around the corner. Most of these movies I have seen, apart from the Pirates one, which has no interest whatsoever. It was an okay sort of movie. I'm with Bumper, and I knew Bumper would definitely Gridlock would sort of get his interest because it's one of Tupac's better movies with Tim. It's with Tim Roth, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tim Roth.
Has it got a slip cover? Do we know? Or I didn't know.
Yeah, they normally do have slipcover on sort
Yeah.
of
I'd be
first
interested to
back.
see the extras as well, because you never know.
Yeah.
Bit of Tupac related stuff on there.
I remember enjoying the movie, so I probably would. I wouldn't maybe pre-order, but if sometimes they have their sales, I know they don't ship to the UK. I mean, sometimes you can buy them cheap on eBay for around about £20 to £25. I mean, if you get them as a pre-order and get them shipped over through eBay, it's normally around about £40. So I might wait, and I'll probably get gridlocked.
Mm. Okay, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I mean, I must admit, there's none there that's really, particularly my pickle. You know, I mean, as I say, Roller Coaster I've already got on Blu-ray, so there's, you know, unless it's a really, really good transfer and you've got both cuts and all the special features from the 101 films release, I might just skip it. The other ones, I mean, Pirates of Penzance, I don't know. Something's telling me that's going to be cheesy shit, but it's going to be enjoyable. I don't know. Again, I might wait for the sale, same as you guys. Just quickly, we're going to do Imprint because there's only the 2 releases. The first one is Hunted with Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro, which is going to get a 4K Blu-ray hard box release. Lovely looking hard box. And there's also the Van Damme film Time Cop as well, which is going to be 4K and Blu-ray. And yeah, hopefully it will shit all over the Shout Factory release, which they basically said that the 4K transfer is a special feature. I know. My arse has got more special features than that. But anyway, Craig, any of those 2?
Well, I gotta be fair, like I do like the Van Damme movies and I do like Time Cop, but I don't think there's any pressure on you to buy it from Imprint because it'll cost a lot of money when I imagine 88 films will release it sooner or later because Double Impact had a 4K abroad, then came over here. Hard Target had a 4K, then came over here. I got stung on that one, paid away 30 quid. Then it was 20 quid in HMV 3 weeks later. And the Hunted, it's actually not a bad film. I'm pretty sure Tommy Lee Jones plays the same character as he does in The Fugitive. It's like he's done 3 of those movies. And I have got it on DVD. So, but that'll be enough for me, I think, because I don't really collect Imprint again. I got about 2 or 3 releases because they're expensive and they do a mixed bag of genres. So, but yeah, Time Cop, I'd love to have on 4K, but I doubt I'll go down the Imprint route, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I can understand that. I mean, I must admit, I got the French ESC 4K release, and that's got a load of special features on it in a nice digipack as well on 4K, and it looks really nice, really, really nice.
Maybe.
So, it's but Pete, any of those 2?
They both look really nice, very tempting. Probably go for more for Time Cop because I do like a bit of Van Damme and it does look like a nice release. But yeah, wait and see whether I get sent any from Imprint. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Why
not?
course.
Why not, indeed?
Yeah.
Yes, why not? Why not? Carlos, I know one of them you just recently bought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Bumper on this. While the Imprint limited editions are nice, I only stick to like the ones I really desperately want. I mean, like the Raging Bull one, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You know, those sort of movies. And they are expensive. They are. The Hunted is actually a movie I've actually never seen. Yeah, that looks a nice release. Time Cop is one of my favourite Van Damme movies, and on a recent meetup in that shop in Hartlepool, what was it, the Entertainment Zone?
Yeah,
I grabbed hold of that release for £15. If there's extra features, because it is one of my favourite Van Damme movies, possibly I might consider it. But then these releases are expensive, and we're looking at the next sort of 4 months of the year when the big hitting releases are going to come out. So we can't literally grab hold of everything, can we? The last thing you want to do is get rid of certain sort of 4K releases or Blu-ray releases just to get the same format again. that's kind of a little bit silly. It has to be something pretty outstanding for me.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I think that version of Time Cop, it has got. I think it's got the same features as what's on my version, but I
The
think
French
there's like,
one.
yeah, I think there's like a few
Okay.
interviews, and I think some of them are like 40, 50 minutes long. So, but
again,
yeah,
price wise, and if that's still available in the January sales, you know, in the kind of, what was it? Like they did those sort of hi-fi, JB hi-fi sales.
that's it. That's it.
Then it's worth seeing, because they sometimes do those 30% sales on those limited sets. So who knows?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think for me, because I've never seen The Hunted, I would have to get the DVD first and watch it before I lay out the kind of money that Imprint want for it. But I mean, I must admit, I do like a good kind of chase film. I mean, The Fugitive was absolutely fantastic. Always has been.
Yep.
So I think that might have to be, as I say, DVD job first, and then later on down the line, when it's cheap, pick it up. So I'm turning into Pete now. if it's a reasonably good price, I might pick it up.
Always got to keep an eye out for a bargain. Then you can get some more with the money you saved.
Exactly.
Oh, Mike, I just, as we're on the subject of Imprint, now releasing a steelbook in 4K of Super Mario
I know!
Brothers.
Wow.
I know.
It's a favourite. It's a favourite of Mike's.
No, you absolute bastard. I knew you were going to say that. That's why I didn't add it. You absolute bastard.
Why are you going to let you go on that?
No, I know.
One of Mike's favourite movies.
You bastard. You really are. You know what? I think just that I might just get you a copy of Pirates of Penzance and just send it up to you and say, look, it's your favourite movie.
I'll send it to Pete.
Oh, I'd love that gladly.
I thought you might. Right, before we get back to some of the other releases, let's go through some more of the comments. There's a few more just come up. Alan here says, I think Kino is a conveyor belt company, releasing loads of titles, but packaging is basic and transfers, while not bad, aren't outstanding. The 88 release of Pink Panther is infinitely superior. I didn't know that, because I was going to get the box set with them all in. But if that's better, I might go for that. And then if they release the others, I'll get them. But that's interesting. I mean, I must admit, I don't know if you guys think this just quickly, but I think that some of their transfers are actually really, really good, especially on Dante's Peak. And what was one of the other ones? I can't remember one of the other ones. No, it's fucking gone. It's absolutely gone. But I know that Dante's Peak was a really good transfer, really nice, crisp and sharp. Just quickly, just before we move on to the next comment, what do you think, Craig?
Well, I agree with him on the packaging. Like, the discs are terrible from Kino Lorber. They're just like this horrible grey and black design with like the most office style writing on there you can get. Like, I don't know if he thought it looked a lot like, but it just looks, like really officey. Like your boss wrote there, designed there. So yeah, but apart from that, like, I got no problem with their transfers. I remember when they done Misery on 4K years ago. Arrow only just doing it now, and Misery looks great. So, and I had Hard Target, I think, from Kino before it came out over here. Like I said, I got stung buying it too soon. That was a good transfer. I buy a lot of their Kino Cult range. So, those movies are not supposed to look amazing anyway, but films like Squirm and all that they've remastered, they look good enough. But yeah, the packaging definitely needs work. Terrible.
Oh God, yeah, those
I love that. Office-like.
It does, doesn't it? Like I
said, designed by the intern.
That's what it's like.
Is that all right, boss? Yeah, that'll do. Sign it off. Sign it off. What do you reckon, Pete?
Well, I don't really have much experience with them going by their transfers, but I do agree with Craig. Like, the packaging is very basic. It doesn't really leave much to the imagination, and considering the price, they could put a little bit more effort into them, and like the discs as well with artwork, and maybe include maybe they don't include booklets with them, do they? They're just the discs,
Nope.
which is a shame. If they added a little bit more to them, I think that would really do them a lot of good.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the things that kind of puts them down a little bit is the lack of, like, let's just say, like, even if they put a poster, it's so I can see that my curtain behind me is trying to hug me or strangle me or something because I got the window open. Stay closed, you bastard. Yeah, so no, I can totally agree with that. It does feel a bit Poundlandish with like the discs and that. No, I do agree with that. Carlos, what do you think?
I mean, while I do like Kino, for mainly the movies that they released, those kind of 50s to 90s movies, and it's nice to have those releases. And they are pumping them out. I mean, the 4K releases, the majority of them are quite good. But that conveyor belt sort of line, are they just going to get to a point where they're just going to start cutting sort of corners? I mean, like Pete says, a bit like Scream Factory, you used to get, a slipcover and alternative artwork. You get that with Kino, very rare nowadays. I think Hang 'em High, the Eastwood Western from the 60s, late 60s one, that has one. And it's nice just to see something like that. So it looks, I mean, especially when some of the titles on Blu-ray go on to 4K on Kino, you'd think they'd give like an alternative sort of slipcover, just for something, because like Craig says, they are very office-like, very grey and black. There's nothing much to them, but I still like the movies that they're putting out. So it's good on one, but kind of bad on the other because they do cut corners a little bit. I mean, you can just see the amount of releases that they're putting out. Bit like Arrow Video now. Again, they're releasing more and more movies, and some of them slip boxes, they're kind of missing. Sometimes they don't even put anything on it. So I think sometimes with companies, the more releases tends to be more corners cut.
Death Wish was the other 4K I couldn't think of. The Kino done. That's a good one, but minimal again, like packaging. But
Okay. I still need to get that. Upgrade my old Paramount Blu-ray. I really, really do love that film.
Oh, wicked film, Death Wish. Watch it all the time.
Really, really good film, that. But no, some valid points. There really are some valid points. And yeah, I think the consensus is, like, with the packaging, we definitely agree with you on that one, Alan. And he also says, but their range of titles is very varied and at times surprising. They have their spot in the marketplace. Again, that's a very, very good point. They sometimes release films that places like Shout Factory probably wouldn't ever release, but hey ho, I suppose we'll never know. Adam says, In the Name of the Father is a great film, superb performances from Daniel Day-Lewis and Pete Postlethwaite. Yes, I forgot he was in that. I've never seen it at all. And Alan says that he loves Imprint, got his hands on the big box edition of A Bronx Tale last week, same as Carlos. Beautiful release of a fantastic film. Again, I've never seen it, so that might have to be a DVD job for me.
You've not seen it? Oh, wow.
I've not seen it. No, not seen it whatsoever. So, yeah, that's going to have to be a DVD job again.
If I knew, because I'm sending my US version, 4K version, to Stephen, because I sort of messaged him if he had it. I just assumed that you had it, so you could have had that. Sorry to say.
No, that's all right. No, that's okay. That's okay. No, I appreciate that, but no, as I say, I'll try and find the DVD cheap and do a Pete job. So
I'm pretty sure you'd want to get the Blu-ray or the 4K after watching it, because it's a great gangster movie.
Yeah. Well, it's like with Goodfellas. I'm glad I got the Blu-ray. I won't pick up the 4K until they do a proper transfer, like a restoration on it, from what I've heard. So next up, we've got a couple of companies like lumbered in here together, just to First up is Indicator, and one of them is Romper Stomper, starring I can't remember his bloody name. Russell Crowe. Yes, that's her. Russell Crowe. And there's also, I couldn't get a picture for it, but the film starring Steve Railsback and Olivia Hussey, Turkey Shoot, or as it's also known, Escape from Camp or Blood Camp Thatcher and Escape 2000, where people are hunted for sport after they are taken from society. Not a bad film, actually. 88 films have got one surprising release in two different flavors. The Mothman Prophecies, starring Richard Gere and Laura Linney. A supernatural film, I do believe. You've got the standard artwork version, which is limited to 1,000 copies. And you've also got the one with the alternative artwork, which I must admit doesn't actually look that bad at all. Now, as I say, that version is limited to 1,000. That one is just limited edition. And you've also got Mermaids, starring Cher and Bob Hoskins as well. And I think Pete might probably be all over that.
Yeah, definitely will be.
Moving on to toy robot video. The first one is Chow Yun-fat and Mark Wahlberg film The Corruptor, coming on 4K and I do believe Blu-ray as well here in the US and Canada. And one I think many people are waiting for is Nico, aka Above the Law, on both 4K and Blu-ray in a double set, and they are coming in November. But the big release that Alan was mentioning earlier on is this one from Hammer, Dracula from 1958. It's going to be a 7-disc set with art cards, poster, booklet in lovely packaging, big box packaging, like their release of Captain Kronos, the two Quatermass films, and of course The Curse of Dracula. And if you're one of the first to pre-order, you will get this lovely, I don't know if you can see that or not, but my mouse pointer is over the poster on the left-hand side of all the signatures. You get that if you're one of the first 100, 1,000, something or other, I don't know.
I know you meant to say the Curse of Frankenstein, but you said Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just realised what I said. Yeah, it's meant to be the Curse of Frankenstein. I've
We
got
all
Dracula on. Yeah, I'm glad you did, because sometimes I don't even know myself. So, Craig, any of those ones in your sights?
Yeah, you might want to make yourself a cup of tea in a minute, because, well, first of all, Indicator, they're doing amazing work on their 4Ks. They're only charging £22 for them. They're coming in lovely, like media book style digipacks with booklets and everything, but they're very niche about their movies. So they started with like French New Wave movies by Jean Rollin, and now they're doing Ozploitation films with like Romper Stomper and Turkey Shoot. They also just done Thirst and Dead Kids. They're all wicked films from Australia. I love Ozploitation. So yeah, I'll be all over those. I have got to release a Romper Stomper, but I'll upgrade it because I'm collecting all the Powerhouse Indicator 4Ks. They're not for everyone, but yeah, I'm really into them, so I can't wait for those two. Turkey Shoot, Olivia Hussey, like, she is a babe. Let me tell you, if you don't know who Olivia Hussey is, then you want to get to know. So I can't wait to see Turkey Shoot in 4K. So Indicator, wicked, can't fault them, love them as a label, doing the Lord's work. 88, I'm up and down with 88. There's 1 minute I'm buying everything they release, and then the next minute I'm not getting much. So Mermaids I'm not really interested in. Sorry, Pete. If you love that movie, it's not for me. But what was the other one they were releasing? Sorry, 88?
Mothman Prophecies.
Oh, so yeah, I like the Mothman Prophecies. It's not like anything too over the top. Like, it's a bit like an X-Files episode, a long X-Files episode. It's more in the mystery than like any action or anything. But it is quite a good film. I don't mind Richard Gere. So yeah, I'll get the site exclusive, even though I prefer the artwork on the normal release. And this might sound weird to some people, but I'll buy the one with the artwork I don't like, because it is the limited edition to 1,000 pieces. So if you ever sell it, it will be worth double what you pay for it, no matter how many other releases come out in the future or whatever, because it's got that slipcover. Which again might say mad to people, but that's the way it is. So yeah, I definitely get that, and I get the limited edition. And then what was the other label we said? Toy Robot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Nico and the Corruptor.
So I love the Corruptor. Carlos will know that's got a Rough Riders DMX soundtrack over the top to it. So a lot of the action scenes have got shut them down, open up shop over the top. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's that tune anyway. I haven't seen it for years. And they're also releasing the Guyver 2 in September, unless it's been pushed back. So I definitely get that because I love the Guyver. I got the 4K. But no, I'm not really interested in the other one. Nico, I think Seagal's a bit of a tit, I got to be honest. I like Exit Wounds because DMX is in it, and the other guy, the other rapper. But no, I'm not a Steven Seagal fan, man. Have you seen him? Like, he released a reggae album. Oh my God, you've got to see it. And they're like, what a clown. So I'm not bothered about Nico. I'm sorry if you like it. There's a film I used to watch, don't get me wrong. Out for Kill, Marked for Death, Nico, and Under Siege. I don't mind them. I watch them, but I'm more than happy with the DVDs, like, or maybe a cheap Blu-ray from CEX. I won't be going out and spending 25 on that, I don't think. But yeah, I'm interested in their Guyver 2 release and the Corruptor, definitely.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, mate. I mean, I think I'm quite interested in the Corruptor as well. I've never seen it, so that'll be interesting to watch. Definitely.
It's a good film. He done 2 American films, Chow Yun Fat. The Corruptor. I can't think what the other one's called. The other one, he's like buddied up with a
Replacement
girl.
Killers.
That's the one, the Replacement Killers. Yeah. So so they both, I used to watch those tons in the 90s. So yeah, that might be a nice one from the release as well.
Well, you never know. If this one does well, they might release it. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. What about you, Pete?
Well, what was it now? Indicator. I used to really like Indicator releases. I used to get quite a few of the Hammer stuff, but I always kind of thought that they did like kind of as I got most of the ones I wanted, all the new releases kind of seemed to have a limited appeal to me. And even though I've not actually got any of their 4Ks yet, I do like their releases. As Craig said, I think they are very well priced, like £20 for a nice little looking 4K set. But none of them, again, really piqued my interest. Romper Stomper, I do want to watch, but I know there's like the 88 Films release, which is actually going for like stupid money now, isn't it? Like £3 or £4 on 88 Films website.
Yeah, it was £2, but it's gone back up to £5 apparently.
Oh wow! I'll pay the extra £3. I'm feeling generous today.
They did do a bigger box. They did do a bigger box release at one point, but I imagine that was out to print, like, or whatever.
Oh, I see that everywhere. I do.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's not worth much in CX or anything, but it's not on their website anymore.
Yeah, I do like Russell Crowe, so I might give that one a watch. As for 88 Films, I have been picking up a lot of their stuff, like all the Hong Kong stuff, but I've got a bit of a bugbear with them. I do think their prices, especially for the 4K box sets, are getting ridiculous. £40. Armor of God being £40. No need for that. I know I did pick up, was it the Protector a few weeks ago, and that was for the longest time like £35. When I wanted it, £40. Nah. And Crime Story, it's way too much. Don't get me wrong, they do all the Blu-rays and the 4Ks with the different cuts and all that, and nice booklets, but £40 is way too much. For their new releases, I'd probably pick up Mermaids because I do like Bob Hoskins and I haven't seen that film, so I do want to get that one. Mothman Prophecies, might get it because that does sound pretty cool, but that's about it for them. As for the toy robot ones, I do want to get the Corruptor because I do like Chow Yun Fat and I do want to watch that one. I did pick up the Replacement Killers and really did enjoy that one. And this one's the one with Mark Wahlberg, isn't it? I think. Yeah. So I will definitely get that on 4K. And guilty pleasure, I do like the Steven Seagal films. He is absolutely dreadful as an actor and a very weird person, but man, those films are very entertaining. And that had quite a good cast in it. It wasn't like Sharon Stone and Pam Grier in that film as well. So it was like his first big foray onto the big screen, but it all went to his head a bit too much. I still remember the TV series he did where he was a police officer saying, "Join me as I go on patrolling the streets."
I actually watched that.
Yeah. So do we.
Yeah.
So do we.
By day, he's a police officer, and then the night he's playing at a blues club. Dear
Yeah.
me.
But the funny thing is,
So had an alternative title, didn't they? Want it called Above the Law in this country, or is that a different film?
It was called Above the Law or Nico. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nico over
I
here.
think it was.
in the
Yeah, it was Nico here, Above the Law in the US.
US.
Yeah, but no, I must admit, with that lawman, the thing is, just quickly, I like the way when they used to go and bust someone, he'd step back, let them do it all, and then he'd come in at the end and go, right, you're under arrest. And it's
Yeah.
like, fucking hell, what are you even doing there, man? You just
I love it well they'll have. Oh, sorry, Carlos.
I think it was supposed to be his version of. Do you remember when they had that Sky TV series, Cops?
yeah, used to watch that
Kind of
religiously.
trying to get off on that sort of idea, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
the bit where they have him on the bonnet arrested, and they'll be like, "Oh, is that Steven Seagal? Oh, I love your films."
Yeah, I remember that one. He's like, I'm a huge fan. It's like,
Oh, dear.
oh,
And obviously the Dracula, I definitely do want to get it. It's going to be a bit more pricey. I think it's going to be about £65, but it's worth it. All the discs, all the extras, and the booklets and that. They are the premium limited editions that the Hammer ones are when they do those big box sets, and that one will definitely sell out. So I might have to pre-order it from Hammer, or maybe from H&B. Hopefully, I will get one.
I think Bumper forgot to talk about Dracula, so go on, Bumper.
I have not much to say, really. They're amazing releases. I've set my alarm on my phone, I have, because there's a countdown on the website for when you can pre-order it. And like Pete says, that's going to sell out. My missus recently bought a new, thing to put in the room where I keep my films, like a cabinet. And I put the other ones I got in, the other 5, and they look lovely. So I want to fill them up. So I'm all in on those Hammer ones. Not the ones they release every month, but the big box ones that they release. You know, there's 5 so far. The Abominable Snowman's coming out like next week or the week after, and then Dracula. So there'll be 4. There'll be 7 of them by the end of the year. So they look lovely together. You know, they're subtle. Like you say about Kino Lorber being subtle, they're subtle, but they're gothic. Do you know what I mean? You've got the foil writing and the shapely letters and everything. So although it's subtle, it looks classy. You know, right?
Yeah. They almost look like books, like leather-bound books.
That's why my missus lets me have them on the shelf. Well, I'm definitely all in.
They are fantastic releases, though. And one other thing as well, apparently there's going to be 5 different cuts.
They have a few on there, gosh.
So, that's going to be... I think if anyone wants to pre-order it, literally get onto the site as soon as that countdown hits 0, because that's gonna go, that one. That's the one that everyone's been waiting for. What about you? What about you, Carlos?
Plenty to talk about here. I mean, The Indicator, they've kind of fallen off for me. I think that the only 4K that I've ever picked from them so far is The Hitchhike with Franco Nero, which got released on 88 Films on the Italian collection. So I hope those 2 titles, Romper Stomper, I haven't seen that one for a hell of a long time, so it's difficult for me. I might have to go the Pete route and get a DVD of it. So Indicator, they haven't, like I say, nothing really tells me to say, right, come and buy me. The 88 Films, I kind of agree with what Bumper says, because I mean, you'd say sort of 5 years ago, you always know what you was going to get with 88 Films, but now that you're getting the Pink Panther movies and you're getting other stuff, it's kind of like you don't know what sort of format of movies that they're actually going to release. Mermaids, that's a bit of a surprising one. I'll say no to that. The Mothman Prophecies was a decent movie. I'm not a huge Richard Gere fan, but he was good in that one. Probably a standard release for me on that one, even though they are putting 2 4K sort of collector's edition versions. I don't know why, because it's a good movie, but I don't think it's a great movie. The Toy Robot one, The Corruptor, and Above the Law. There'll be movies that I want to get. I mean, Steven Seagal is an arsehole, but I do hope that they do kind of open the door for the peak Steven Seagal movies like Mark for Death, those types of movies. And obviously we had Under Siege from our video, so probably this is going to open the doors for his peak movies. So I will get those two. Was there another label that we mentioned?
Indicator 88 and then Dracula.
And Dracula. Well, I mean, Dracula, we are talking about it's going to be probably the release of the year. Again, it's £10, a little bit more than The Curse of Frankenstein. But I think a lot of people with those extra scenes from that Japanese source, I think people are going to grab it. I mean, yeah, it's £10 more, but I don't think that's going to bother fans of the movie and collectors. I mean, the countdown is on. I mean, literally, what's it going to be, 4 days? I'm curious to know how many copies they're going to limit on that, and how many copies is it limited to? Because I've already had 2 people from outside of Europe want me to get that sort of release. So yeah, definitely will be getting that one, and about time too. And I mean, I just hope that they kind of push more for the Hammer movies we want to see, because we did mention about the Abominable Snowman, and it's a so-so kind of Hammer movie. But I can see what they're trying to do. They're just trying to fill in the gaps and build up for the next big release by putting a few not so great movies. So yeah, that Dracula release will be something special.
Yeah,
you don't mind paying the £65 when you can see the amount of work that's gone into it. You know what I mean? Because they give you a graphic novel as well with it. They'll have people like, not necessarily Carolyn Munro because she's not in Dracula, but they make sure they get someone on there doing interviews and like an introduction. They don't leave any stone unturned, fair dues to them, like, so I don't mind them. Like say when you're paying 40 to Kino Lorber, it comes in the post on Amazon, all the cases broke. This is a flimsy, skinny thing, like no reversible cover, one of those plastic saver cases with the holes in. It's like, oh, that was worth 40 quid, mind.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with that.
I do agree with what Pete says with 88 films. While I do like their Asian sort of line of action movies, they got to be careful, because 5 years ago they were priced quite well for a collector's Blu-ray edition, was around about the 20 to 25, and now the 4K they've literally pushed up to 40. And some of those movies, I mean, I did get The Protector. That's a Jackie Chan movie I really, really enjoyed. And there's some places where you can get it for 40, and some places you can get it for 35. I think 40 is a bit too steep. But so, yeah, they've got to be careful, because I think some of them Jackie Chan movies haven't sold out or done as good as they thought they were going to do. But like Bumper says, I mean, 60 for that Dracula set. I mean, you're going to get a 200-page book. And you're going to get like a comic sort of book as well with it. I mean, we don't mind paying the extra. I mean, obviously, all of us are going to grab that, and probably Bumper's probably got reinforced shelving already, to take that release with that 200-page book. So, yeah.
You say about 88 films with the Kung Fu releases is a bit like the Video Nasties, the Kung Fu releases. Fans of those movies try so hard for so long to get decent copies, but could only ever watch crappy VHS copies of old Kung Fu movies. So 88 films, when they release them now, they know people are going to pay for them, like the die-hard fans. So that's what they do, like, because they're Full Moon releases, they're Charles Band movie releases, they're like $18.99. Do you know what I mean? You get a slipcover, everything, but then they do the Kung Fu ones are always like 3 times the price, because they know people will pay it. Because like I said, they've clamored for so many years to get good copies with good dubbing or good subtitles that they're just ready to, pay the money.
Yeah. Well, I remember their copy of, their release of Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. And it was,
like
they were only allowed to, sorry?
So it sounds like a giallo.
Oh, it was, I'll tell you what, I actually bought it because it had the original soundtrack on it, where they used, I think it was music from Star Wars.
Right.
They weren't allowed to. So they actually managed to release the film with that version on it as well, but they could only release it up to a certain point. And then after that, once it's gone, it's gone. They won't be doing any more copies with that version on there. But yeah, I bought it. and then I sold it because it wasn't a very good film. So, but no, I have to agree. 40 quid that they're charging now, it's not worth it. But then when you see what they're doing, Hammer are doing with Dracula, that's worth it. 65 quid, 7 discs, graphic novel, 200-page book, poster, postcards, deluxe packaging. That is how you do a collector's set. And that's the price. That's a good price. That really, really is.
I mean, basically, that movie you've probably going to be watching it and reading it all month. And with the features and documentaries. So it's a beautiful release.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, The Curse of Frankenstein was. I mean, like, we've done that live stream where we've done our favorite editions, and most of us said that The Curse of Frankenstein was up there with Dirty Harry, with one of the best releases. And Hammer are going to overdo. I'm pretty sure they're going to overdo this one. I mean, The Curse of Frankenstein is still available, but I'm pretty sure the Dracula one's going to sell out more quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I think people have been. This has been on their most wanted lists for ages. It's. I've got a feeling, it will sell out. It really will.
Since they released their first one, really, Kronos, everyone has been saying, when's Dracula coming? That's just that's what's been coming. But the good thing about them is they're not milking it, because they could drop these every month and be stinging you for 65 every month, but they're only doing them like one, every quarter. So it's only 4 a year. So it's manageable. Like Kino Lorber released 9 or 10 films a month. It's not manageable, is it? You know what I mean? But every quarter, you can be all in on that. Like, you know what I mean? It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So before we go on to the other releases, let's go back to the comments. There's a couple here, not a lot. Mr. Meggs is saying, I suspect and hope I'm wrong, but this might be the last release of Hammer's big hitters. I don't think they have the rights to much else. Studio Canal own the rights to a lot of Hammer films. Yes, they really, really do. I'm really hoping that they do a really nice set of The Devil Rides Out. That is a fantastic film. Absolutely brilliant film. I'd say it's definitely up there as one of Hammer's best movies.
It is,
Easily. Collector Adam says that Dracula release from Hammer is an instant buy. Oh, yes, it is. Definitely going to be huge interest in it. Hope all those of you, who want it manage to get it. Yeah, so do I.
I just hope it's not a too small a number, and then with that you're gonna get the fucking idiots. The scalpers they're gonna put that on eBay, probably double then treble the price.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping that they're limiting the amount of copies that you can get. I mean, probably 2 to 3 would probably. I think that'd probably be the max. Would it not?
Might just be 1. A lot of Vinegar Syndrome only do 1 these days.
Might be.
Yeah. I reckon 1 is probably the sensible one, if I'm honest. I really, really do. I mean, just off topic, just quickly, look at that new Xbox that they're going to be doing for the 25th anniversary. It was like 800 quid, transparent green. I've seen loads of people on eBay putting it out for 2.5-3 grand.
Unbelievable. The scalpers are the worst thing ever. They make the collecting such a hassle. I know, like, obviously when the PlayStation, Xbox first came out, the new ones, PS5, it was horrendous trying to get one, and scalpers absolutely ruined it for 2 years.
Yeah. So if anyone who's watching, of the 14 people, if you're a scalper, so
fuck off.
Yes, you can take your overly expensive disc and shove it up your ass. So Alan Meggs says, as we say in Dublin, Seagal is like a guy with his left testicle missing. He's a right bollocks. I don't think I could have put it any better. And he also says, considering how much the shitty 30 Days of Night release was, the Dracula release is a bargain. Yeah, and I've heard that transfer was pretty awful. It wasn't a really good transfer whatsoever.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, as loads of people were waiting for it. So, we're going to head to the Arrow releases, and it has not loaded up the poster that I've done with all the releases on it. So we're just going to have to wing it. We're going to have to wing it. Right. I can't remember if we've said about these or not. I did look this up with the Arrow releases, and I'm certain we haven't said this, although I could be wrong. Did we say about the Last Boy Scout?
We're always a couple of months behind. I mean, obviously, the November releases, we'll do that live stream in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
just to catch up. But we didn't. I'm pretty sure we didn't. We only briefly just said it because I think when we done that, the last live stream, they just got announced on that day, and we had a previous month to talk about.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it now. Right. So then, the Arrow releases. You've got The Last Boy Scout, directed by Tony Scott, starring Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis, which is a fucking brilliant film. So I think many people are going to be looking forward to that one. You've also got Future World, which is also going to be released on Blu-ray, and it's a follow-up to Westworld, and it's more of a conspiracy thriller. Not a very good film. You've also got Peter Jackson's The Frighteners, which is also going to be released on Blu-ray, and that is going to have, I think it's going to have both cuts, both the theatrical and the director's cut. You've also got The Monster Squad as well, and it's also going to have, it's got like a documentary on board, and I think it might also have Wolfman's Got Nars, which is the bonus documentary as well. You've also got Enter the Video Store, Video Vengeance, which is a follow-up box set to the original Enter the Video Store, which had a load of Charles Band Empire Pictures films in it. You've also got A Chinese Ghost Story, and also the Stephen King penned killer dog movie Cujo, starring Dee Wallace. So, Craig, any of those 7 in your process?
Yeah, I guess so. People might not agree with this, but I don't think Arrow have had a very good year. I got to be honest. Some people they seem to just jizz in their pants over anything that Arrow announce, and sometimes I think, oh God, have a bit of standards about yourself, But with those, it is a mixed bag. So Last Boy Scout, like you said, that is an amazing film. Last Boy Scout. I don't feel the need to buy it straight away because these days I like to think if a film landed through the door now, will I watch it straight away? And with The Last Boy Scout, it might go on the shelf for a while because I've seen it so many times. I wouldn't be in a rush to watch it again. So I'd probably pick it up in a sale. Future World I'm not interested in really. I don't really like Westworld either. So I wouldn't even look at that one, to be fair. There was a couple I was interested in though. What's the ones you said? Oh gosh. And what were the other ones they were coming out? Cujo, yeah. So I don't mind. I wouldn't mind a 4K of Cujo because I don't own it on any other format. It's one of those films where the kid could be a bit annoying in it and whatever. But yeah, it's all right. Cujo. I'd like to own as many Stephen King films as I can in good quality. So yeah, I'm up for Cujo. There was another one you said though. I can't think what it was I wanted to talk about. The Chinese Ghost Story. Frighteners. That's it. Frighteners. So I like that film, but it had an amazing release from Turbine a few years ago in Germany. A lot of collectors had that. I know Keith over at Euphoria Pictures done a good unboxing on it. It's got lovely artwork. I don't own it, but I've always had my eyes on it, and it's hadn't sold out. You can still get it. It's a big box. It's about 80 quid, you know what I mean? It's got various cuts and whatever else. So I don't know. I might just settle on the Arrow one and then sort of think to myself, that's going to save me in the long run. Or I might go out and get that Turbine one. But Chinese Ghost Story, I'm not really interested in. I'm sick to death of Chinese movies. I just bought the Shaw Brothers set from 88 films with 3 films in the 3 Shaolin movies. I watched all 3 of them on the bench, so that'll do me for now, like the Chinese movies. So yeah, really.
Bumper speaking fluent Chinese.
I tell you, I did drop a bollock a bit because I thought I should watch them with subtitles, thinking you get to see the proper performance from the actors. But it's 2 types of movies that work better with a dub, and that's kung fu movies and old Italian giallo and horror movies, because the lines, they're funnier. Do you know what I mean? Like when an English man says them, like, do you know what I mean? So, you know, when they say like, how you like my style and all this, and he's like completely like American or whatever. So they're probably more fun to watch with the dub, but I do tend to go for the subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good point there. I mean, I always seem to think with Asian movies, because nobody, let's be honest, no one's going to say that they absolutely love subtitles. I mean, subtitles for me works better if you get a movie with heavy dialogue.
Yeah.
But then action movies, because there's less dialogue, I tend to go for the original soundtrack, because you're not going to get a lot of it, especially the action movie. So I tend to go that route. I mean, people might be different. So that's a good point that you brought up there. I mean, I mean, in the VHS days, seeing these movies, it was quite funny seeing the martial art movies. That, you know, you had somebody with an accent from Birmingham, sort of, you know, over Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, or somebody with a Cockney accent. You know, I mean, as daft as some of the action was, I mean, some of the dubbing was even funnier back in the day.
Yeah,
But,
I can just imagine it now. Right, you got one of them with an accent. I'm gonna kick your fucking head in. And it's like fucking charming you. I don't think you will.
Sometimes you need that with those films though, because they can be so boring. Like you need something to laugh at. But the other Arrow release you said, sorry, was the End of the Video Store. They're doing their second box set on End of the Video Store, but instead of doing horror films, they're doing 5 action films, which people were moaning about, but I'm up for, because I used to like a lot of like late 80s, early 90s action films. Joshua Tree, I've seen that with Dolph Lundgren. That's a wicked film. I watched that on Prime not so long ago. So I'm actually up for that action box set, even though a lot of people were disappointed in one horror. I think, I'm going to get that one. That's the one. Out of all those ones you mentioned, sorry, that is the main one I will get, is that box set of the action films, I think.
What about the Monster Squad?
Oh, and that one, God, they have a hell of a month today. I already got the Kino Lorber release, and it comes with Wolfman Gone Nards, and it's got the original VHS cover art, so I'm probably happy. But like you said, if it comes with another documentary, and I can get 15 quid for my Kino Lorber one on eBay, then I might get the Arrow one if it's only like 25. Because have you noticed Arrow, they stopped doing big boxes? I mean, I can't remember the last time they've done a big box. It's all slipcover now. I think Salem's Lot was probably their last big box. I could be wrong. But they seem to just be doing all slipcover. So they're usually only like $22.99, aren't they? So it's not too bad, really.
Yeah. I think the other documentary, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I think it's about 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
About 45, 50 minutes. I think what I'll do is I'll have a look at it and I'll message you on Instagram. And,
I do love the film. It is my top 10 all-time favourites. I've seen a Monster Club probably more times than a lot of other films. I've seen it millions of times. I used to watch it all the time. When I was a kid, I had the X rental, big box VHS, and just got played out. Great film.
Excellent. That's I would love to get a big box version of Monster Squad, but no, my luck, it'll probably be something like 40, 50 quid. Oh, good. Thank you very much. Pete, what about you, mate?
It's another busy month from Arrow. It seemed to just check out so many releases. I think that their recent month that they just announced Friday, was at least a little bit more manageable, but this is for October, and there's quite a few heavy hitters there. I think Last Boy Scout definitely will be a big pickup for me. I do want to pick that one up on 4K. Do enjoy it. I do like Tony Scott. I think he's a really underappreciated director. Definitely way more entertaining than his brother, especially some of the recent films he's brought out. Oh dear. The Frighteners, I've never seen it. Always wanted to get it. I've always remembered that art card they keep including in all the Arrow sets for like donkey's years now. So it's finally coming out. 3-disc set, so definitely do want to get that. Enter the Video Store. I didn't get the first one. I probably might pick up the first one like in its standard edition guys, or maybe you can pick it up from CX pretty cheap. I think somebody did say to me like the limited edition ones, that I might try and get that. This one, I don't know none of the films in it, but they're all action films, which I think is quite a cool little change of pace. if they keep doing this as a series, they could do different sort of genres, and it could work out quite well. So I'll check up on the films on there, and if they're interesting me enough, I might pick that one up. I think how much is that? 45 quid for 5 films, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Anyway, I know the first one was.
Monster Squad. I like the film. It's not one that I'm gonna rush out to get day one. I probably will pick that one up in like a sale when they reduce it to about 17.99, because you do get the documentary with it. It's a 2-disc set, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And Chinese Ghost Story, already pre-ordered that. I've seen the first two, really do enjoy them. They're very fun, over the top Hong Kong adventures with like a supernatural element. Very funny, and yeah, really excited for that one. So that's probably the one out of all of them I'm very excited to get, because I pre-ordered it.
Yeah. What about Cujo?
Cujo, I've never seen Cujo. This month, Misery's coming out, the Stephen King one. That's coming out on Arrow, so I will get that one. But I've never seen Cujo, so yeah, I might pick that one up. I've never had much interest to watch it. I don't know whether it's a great film or not, but it is Stephen King. So again, maybe that'll be a one for the sale, because a lot of these films still will stick around in the sale. And as you know, I like a bargain.
Yeah, we know all about that. Ring piece Pete the cheapskate. Lastly, Carlos, what about you, mate?
I will just say that obviously with Arrow announcing the November titles, we do plan to catch up with that, probably and do a live stream in probably 2-3 weeks, because obviously Arrow have just announced Friday just gone, and some good releases from 88 films, so we will catch up with that.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, I mean, The Last Boy Scout, pre-order. Great memories of watching that on the big screen. The Frighteners is always one, like Pete said, they were advertising that for, God, it's got to be over a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years, when that card was in, in one of their releases. One I've never owned, with Michael J. Fox. I mean, if that one goes for the sale, I might grab it. The action sort of set. While I do have the Joshua Tree, and it's quite an underrated Dolph Lundgren movie. If they do another action movie set, potentially, then I might try to get this first one and maybe get rid of some of the releases that I have from that set, because it does look like a real nice set.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Cujo, that's going to be a tricky one for me, because I do have the Eureka limited Blu-ray set of that. I might need to rewatch that one again to think, is it really worth me getting the 4K edition of that? Same with the Monster Squad. Is it Monster Squad or Monster Club? I always get them two mixed up. So I might need to sort of revisit that one again. A good month for Arrow. But again, as we go into sort of like the autumn season, you kind of got to limit your sort of your money, because obviously there's going to be a lot of big releases coming. So yeah, like I say, the Frighteners potential, the action set, Cujo possibility, but Last Boy Scout a definite for sure. And actually, one sort of Bumper kind of came up with this sort of idea with Arrow. They've kind of, you just don't know what to expect with the announcements. I was actually going to mention this question just before we went on air. I mean, obviously, Bumper's been collecting Arrow for many years, and obviously Pete, and obviously you, Mike. This is a question I'm going to put to you guys. With the current state of Arrow video, because now they're releasing a lot more kind of bigger mainstream and blockbuster movies, are you happy with the way that Arrow are going now, or would you prefer to what it was, so like 5 years ago, where it was just strictly a cult movie sort of company releasing, spaghetti westerns, giallo, Italian horror. We had kind of more the obscure movies. While they still are releasing some of those, and they are kind of going more the Hong Kong cinema route. It's kind of their origins in what they were sort of releasing. They're kind of moving away from that. So, Bumper, Pete, Mike, what's your opinion?
I'll tell you what. We'll go to the Bumper first.
Well, the first thing to say, is me and Arrow, we're not mutually exclusive. They can release whatever films they want at the end of the day. I'm not one of these bitter collectors who moans. I just think if they release a film I don't want, I just look at it as saving money. The thing is, the problem is with a lot of labels, and Arrow are doing this now, like we were saying earlier, is that you lose your niche when you start doing too many different types of subgenres. It all started when they released The Wolf of Wall Street. It might be a good film, but it's not really a cult movie. It's a big Hollywood movie, isn't it? And they did get bought out as well by Zavi, didn't they? So
yeah,
I think, like I said, I don't think they've had a good year, but I don't say that I'm disappointed because there's plenty of other boutique labels I collect from, like Vinegar Syndrome. They scratch my itch, or if I'm that hard up for a film, I got Amazon Prime with loads of films on. So it's all good. They can release what they want. I just look at it as saving money. But yeah, I'd love them to go back to what they used to do. I wouldn't even mind them re-releasing some of their old Blu-rays on 4K because they've done some amazing exploitation films a long time ago, like Switchblade Sisters, which is a big Quentin Tarantino favorite. No reason why they couldn't do a big box 4K of that and it would sell. So I don't think they need to keep getting new movies all the time. I know people don't like it when there's re-releases, but there are certain ones in their back catalogue that might not have had the attention at the time, but now they're where they are, Arrow. It might get more attention to it. But the other thing, just to say quickly, is that I say this about Vinegar Syndrome when they release a film like The Golden Child or Roadhouse. Some releases are just to keep the lights on. They will release some films just because they know they'll sell out and they need the money. Well, I say they need the money. They can just budget their whole year then on their tinier releases because, they've made X amount on, take Vinegar Syndrome, Roadhouse. They dropped 8,000 copies of that, say, and sold them all at 60 quid each. You work that out. It's masses of money, you know what I mean? I think Arrow do that sometimes. They just drop films. They done Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, didn't they, a long time ago? And that's an all right film. But if you had your Arrow collection, it would stand out, wouldn't it? You'd think, what the hell is Robin Hood doing next to all them films? You know what I mean? So yeah, but it's up to them. It don't bother me. Like I said, I just look at it as saving money, and every now and then they do a film I like. So all the best to them.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And as we all know, Robin Hood is Carlos's favourite movie, isn't it, Carlos?
Oh, fucking hell,
especially with that Bryan Adams song. You've got it constantly playing on
I
repeat.
I ain't got that collector's edition in my collection. Don't worry about that.
I was going to say, I heard in your car you said, let's put that Bryan Adams song on that I like so much, and you cranked it up, don't
Scott and Ollie keep playing that on the drive up.
Oh, God.
What do you reckon, Pete?
Oh, what about Arrow? I'm liking. I've always liked Arrow, and I do agree that they've kind of forgotten what has actually gotten to where they are today. All these niche horror films, exploitation films, and it is their bread and butter. But again, they've got to adapt to survive, and doing these big budget films, like what Craig said, that it brings in the money so they can do these smaller projects, these underrated films. What was I going to say now? I like it when they do release a good selection of titles. Like this coming month, you'll get your bigger films, you'll get a few smaller films, and maybe a box set or two. I think if they can keep doing monthly releases where it's a nice mix of your bigger budget stuff, your more independent stuff, and some other well-known stuff, I think it's okay. I think the days of them releasing constant old school films and really niche films are long gone, because obviously now they're quite a big company and arguably probably the biggest of the boutique labels. To be honest, they kind of feel more mainstream now than they do being a boutique label, because they're doing stuff like The Mask. It doesn't make sense really. But again, they do lovely additions that some of these big companies like Warner Brothers just don't do. But I think
and their prices are pretty good as well. I've got to be fair to them. They could bump up their prices to match their competitors,
exactly.
But they don't really. So
Exactly. You got the mask, it's 30 quid, you get a booklet, poster. I don't know if you get art cards with that one, I can't remember now, but it's
I don't
30 quid
think
on
so.
4K. Mars Attacks, what was it, like 55 quid for the limited edition box set with a steelbook, 45 quid or something? It's just like, that's way
55.
too much. Oh, that's a bit too
Studio
much.
release as well, so you get no special features on there. I think a trailer.
I think there's two. I think there's
No,
two
there
new
you go, yeah.
special features, and that's it. Because
Yeah.
I've got it coming.
That's-
Yeah,
As is,
I caved, and I pre-ordered it, and I was like thinking, no, I'll cancel it. Forgot all about it, and all of a sudden, your item's been dispatched. What item? Oh. So,
no,
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I do like Mars Attacks, and I kind of would have preferred if Arrow actually did a box set for it for 30 quid. I think they would have done a way more better job than what the studio Warner Brothers are doing for it. But yeah, Arrow is in a definitely way different place than they were years ago. But still, that they're doing the video box sets, like all those old school action films coming out. I mean, not many other places will do that. They'll still keep doing their niche films, but unfortunately, it's still going to be those big budget films that will make them the money, and now being bought out by Zavi. But I guess they have to do anything to survive these days, and that just means that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
As much as I
Good
hate
point.
to, as much as I hate to say it, I've got to agree. I mean, I remember when Arrow first came out, and even though many of the films are like, they're not ones that I would go for, but I can appreciate that others would. I mean, as soon as I think the first ever release I bought was the Delta Force. That was what made me think, well, hang on a minute, if they're going to release that, what else are they going to release? So I think that was my first ever Arrow purchase, because I love the film anyway. So it's like, oh, great, brilliant. And then getting more into them and getting films like Deep Red, which I must admit was a first time watch, and I absolutely loved it. And then seeing what they're doing now, I have to agree that maybe they could go back to their back catalogue and go, well, hang on a minute, that's not had a 4K release in the UK. We'll do that. Again, like Delta Force, it is classed, I suppose, as a cult movie because of canon.
Yeah.
They could do that as a 4K release with some new special features. But would they? Because Final Cut have just released Delta Force 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, bare bones editions. So I don't know if they've lost the rights to that. But yeah, I'm actually wondering if they've gone more mainstream, basically to survive.
Yeah.
This whole deal with Warner to release their movies. Yeah, it's great that we're getting them. And yeah, they are doing a better job than what Warner have done.
Yeah.
Discounting Dirty Harry, of course,
Yeah.
because that release of Dirty Harry was fucking phenomenal. I don't think anything's going to top that, bar Dracula. But what would Arrow have done with it? Who knows? But we wouldn't have got a really nice looking steelbook, all those special features, and I mean, Arrow would have done a fantastic job with the restoration anyway. But the restoration, as it is, as we've said many a time before, it's one of the best ones that we've seen, and that's from Warner Bros. So, as you said, Pete, what would Mars Attacks have looked like coming from Arrow? I can imagine thick, chunky set, booklet, loads of special features with like interviews and stuff like that, and who knows what else. But as I say, maybe they've had to go mainstream to survive, which is a shame. But I would have loved to have seen them do like a mixture, like go to their, as you said, Craig, go to their back catalogue, re-release some of the ones in 4K. I think you might have said that as well. I can't fucking as you said as well, Pete. Go to their back catalogue, re-release some of their older stuff in 4K, which desperately needs it, and basically satisfy those who want mainstream and those who want niche cult titles on 4K. But will we get them? Who knows? I suppose it's basically just keep
Yeah.
Just keep your eyes on Arrow and see what happens. Really,
It's good and bad, isn't it? I suppose. I mean, like, I think there was always that concern when Xavi were going to jump in there. And while some of the releases that they put, you know, a lot of the old school collectors, you know, who used to collect those window box sets. I mean, at that time, the window box sets, if you remember, there were a lot of them were kind of giallo movies, kind of cult horror movies and spaghetti westerns and Eurocrime movies. It was nice having them because when you saw these sort of movies that we didn't really hear of, and we were all grabbing these movies because like there were movies we were never heard of, and we was kind of like discovering these kind of unknown gems. And while that was all good doing that, I still wish kind of a little bit like what 88 Films do. You know, they got their Italian selection, you got your slasher selection, you got your French, and you got your martial arts. I think Arrow could do something like that. You could have your mainstream, you could have your Hong Kong cinema, you could have your cult Italian movies, giallo, spaghetti westerns, and then you could have your kind of your re upgrade movies. So it kind of covers some of the older fans, bring them back.
yeah,
I mean, Arrow's always going to outsell any company out there because they're just pumping the releases out in the UK. And while it's great, I mean, some releases you kind of sort of like scratch your head. I mean, like what Craig said, The Wolf of Wall Street. Pete says The Mask. Let's be honest about it; they're not really Arrow titles when you consider what they used to release. They may be great additions and beautiful transfers, but as a company, what it was, you do sort of scratch your head and think, but you know, I would never have thought that movie was going to get a release. And it's now become obviously as collectors and movie fans, you know, who buy physical media, when it gets to like a Friday announcement, let's be honest about it. I mean, you can get the rumors, but nobody really knows what's going to come out from Arrow Video because you'll get an absolute mishmash of genres you would never have from Arrow like you did have 10 years ago.
yeah,
So it's good
yeah,
in one way, but it's bad in another way. But like I say, these releases, I'm happy that they're doing it, to be honest. But like I say, they shouldn't forget some of their older releases. Get them on 4K because you know I'm pretty sure people would love to upgrade them, not in the exact same artwork, but do something a little bit different.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I must admit, I was surprised when they announced Westworld and Inner Space because I know that Inner Space has become a bit of a cult movie, so I could understand them kind of releasing that. Same with, I mean, I don't know if Westworld is a bit of a cult movie, but it is a classic. It's like a mishmash of different genres and that, and that's why I like it. And as I said before, it's like kind of blueprint for the Terminator and Jurassic Park, and it's just a fantastic film, and it's 86 minutes, so it doesn't outstay its welcome. So as soon as that got announced, bam, pre-ordered that one straight away because it's just a brilliant film. So, but it's something that I would have thought that Warner would have released, but at least Arrow have actually put a little bit of effort into it and put a load of special features on there, whereas Warner, it would have been couple of special features and that was it. Especially with their old Blu-ray, and it was like for the Beyond Westworld, I think it was documentary, you had to buy it on a separate DVD disc when it came out on DVD originally. It's like, why not do it as a 2-disc set? So
I mean, the good thing is, I mean, the Hong Kong cinema, I mean, obviously they got that great big deal, and obviously some of these movies hard boiled, you know, that I've seen. So again, there you're opening up to a new world of action movies that we never saw. Some of these movies in the best of quality, and you know, Hardboiled was a release that was going for crazy money on bootleg, and now it's kind of opened a new world of movies. I just wish that we get a little bit more of the horror, a little bit more of the Italian sort of cinema coming into it, because it doesn't have to always be, you know, movies like The Mask. I mean, that's a movie. I mean, does it really need a 4K? I mean, a Blu-ray's going to look outstanding anyway.
Yeah.
Does it really need a collector's edition? As good as a Jim Carrey movie it is. Yeah,
You'd
like I
think
say,
the Mask would sell better as a studio release, really, because
Mm.
non-collectors would buy the Mask because they'd be like, "Oh, I love the Mask. I'll buy that
Yeah.
film." You know, you wouldn't be looking in the Arrow section for it, would you? Like, but it's like you pick it up in Asda or something like. But
yeah. No, totally agree with that. That's some very, very good points raised there. Really, really is. It does make you wonder though which direction they're going in, but I suppose we'll find out from month to month.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, before we get on to the last segment and then to Captain Rumour, we'll go to some more of the comments. We've got Jim here, fashionably late, as not always, but still.
Hi there, Jim.
How you doing, Jim? He says, sorry he's late. No, you're not. You was in the pub. Shut up. Go ahead and start the show now. That art with Carlos getting ready to make out with Pete was equally funny and disturbing. Well, that was the idea. So, yeah. And he also says The Frighteners is an awesome movie. I do need to watch it again. It's been ages since I've seen it, although I did see it, well, part of it a few weeks ago. And it didn't really grab me, so it must have caught me on a bit of an off day. So, never fear, him is here. We got Nigel of Rock God 2004. Well, what a bunch of handsome men. But of course, the question on everyone's lips is why.
Come on, what's he saying?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Ask him how little Nigel's doing.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's a point. Go on, Carlos. You say it. I can't. I'm gonna fucking...
What's that? Come on.
I was gonna say, how's your sausage?
How's your sausage?
I don't know. It was a sausage, not anymore. Took 3 inches off.
Oh,
You only had 4.
Yeah, how's your carrot?
What sauce are you using in your food? As Nigel likes that one, doesn't he? Sauce.
Jim says that he saw Cujo originally at the drive-in, and I shit you not, a dog walked in front of the car and made me and my sister about shit ourselves. I must admit, I'm gonna say this now. I thought Cujo was merely okay. It didn't grab me. It was an all right film, not one I'd watch again. It's like I've seen it, I don't need to see it again. But that's just my opinion. I mean, Craig, Cujo, what did you think of it when you see it?
Well, I mean, Cujo is one of them films I have watched a lot. I first seen it when I was like 7 or 8. It used to freak me out as a kid, like, you know, because there's the scene towards the end. It goes on for about half hour when Dee Wallace is trapped in the car with her son, and he's having asthma attacks, like, and the dog's outside and is boiling up, like, and you can just feel the tension. It's horrible to watch. So I don't mind it. What I would say about it is, although it's not amazing, and you might not feel the need to own it on his own, there's a bunch of those Stephen King movies that come out during like the late 80s, early 90s. And I just used to grow up watching them. Like sometimes they come back, and Cujo, Christine, the Tommy Knockers, the Langoliers, the Dead Half, the Stand, you know, the Shining TV show. There was a 4 of them in you. The older version of it with Tim Curry. And I just used to, they were my bloody bread and butter when I was a kid. I would watch them all the time. I love them all. Stand By Me, that's another one. Anything set in Castle Rock. So yeah, so I would probably only give Cujo maybe 2 out of 5, 2.5 out of 5 as a movie on his own, but as part of my childhood and nostalgia, and cooped in with all the other Stephen King films, you know, yeah, I don't mind it. I'd have it in my collection.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I think I'd probably rate it about 2 out of 5 as well.
I say it can get a bit annoying. The scenes with the kid in the car, they're quite traumatic at first, but on about the third or fourth viewing of the film, like you think, oh, just fast forward this bit a little bit, like get the good stuff. But
I think
like the Babadook, I don't know if you've ever seen the Babadook. It's an amazing film. You've got to get through half hour of
Oh,
the
that
most annoying kid in the world, and then you
Yeah.
are rewarded with a decent movie. But if you can't put up with the first half hour, then you know some people can't. Nigel's like, ask Nigel if he likes the Babadook. See what he says.
Oh, he loves it.
Oh, it's one of his favourite films ever, isn't it, Nigel? If you're still watching, I'm going to get you a copy and send it to you.
He's got the 4K collector's edition.
Twice a bird.
I did have the 4K collectors from Second Sight, big box, but someone offered me ridiculous money for it, so I sold it. 3 figures, like, you know what I mean, for a bloody a movie and a book. I was like, yeah, you can have it.
Bloody hell, yeah. I mean, if someone's going to offer you the money, fucking
You're the
take it.
fucking scalper. He's got ya. We got ya.
This is what I say about the 88 films with their limited edition slipcovers. If you're going to buy that, you may as well buy that one, the limited edition one, because if you do fall on hard times and you need a quick 70, 80 quid, you'll be able to sell it like that on eBay. But if it's the standard slip, you know, you won't be able to sell it, but they're the same price. Do you know what I mean? So all the times I've been skinned, I don't mind selling some of my collection as long as the movie is in a wide thing and you can get it. Like, you know, I sold the Babadook, but I can get the Babadook on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K from numerous different places any time of day I wanted. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like it's a film lost. But you never catch me selling, you know, I don't know, like I Spit on Your Grave from Grindhouse or something like that, or not from Grindhouse, it's from bloody, I can't remember what they call, but you know, I got some films that I would never sell, but others I don't give a shit if someone offers me more than I paid for it and it's on wide release. Have it? There was some people, you know, like might not think with that, but I've sold so much of my Second Sight stuff because people have just been offering me ridiculous money, like when they knew it was available to sell. The Blair Witch Project is only a Blu-ray, big box Blu-ray. I sold it for 3 figures and then just bought the Blu-ray disc on its own for $6.99. It's got the 2 cuts of the film on there anyway. Like, do you want?
Yeah, why not?
Sorry, I'm waffling a bit, like, but
that's all right. That's all right. Pete, quickly, Cujo, have you seen it?
I've not seen Cujo. That it's not been one of the Stephen King films that really been something that has grabbed me. And I'll just wait for it when it goes on the sale. I might pick it up or just see if I can catch it on TV.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think you said that you've got the Eureka one, haven't you, Carlos? For Cujo.
I kind of bundle that movie with movies like Sleepwalkers, Firestarter. They're okay, but they're not some of the better ones. Again, it's debatable, like I say, if I'm going to get it. Because, I mean, the actual Blu-ray limited set from Eureka was actually a nice set, you know, with the newly artwork. I'll have to think about it if I do sort of go to 4K on that one. I mean, not everything needs to be 4K for me.
Yeah, no,
especially if you already own it, you don't need to be dropping more money on it. You know, if you don't own the film and you want to buy it, you know, buy it in the best thing you can get it. But if you've got it and it's a boutique already, like, it's just no point, is it?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's a very good point indeed. We've got Alan saying if Arrow, I'm turning into Pete now. If Arrow had stayed the way they were, I suspect they wouldn't be around now. Ultimately, they're a business and it's about making money. At the end of the day, the balance is about right, I think. No, that's fair enough. That's a very, very good way of looking at it. And Carlos, this one's for you. How much do you love the Bryan Adams song?
Deeply, it's close to my heart.
16 weeks at #1, 16 years in the Carlos's CD player.
That fucking shite.
I never knew.
That was one. Do you know what? That was one of the funniest things when that was like 12 weeks at #1. It came off the #1 spot, and you know, I was fucking cheering. And then a couple of weeks later, fucking back to #1 again. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
You went out to buy more copies to make sure it got back up there.
I thought it was a piss take when I saw it on Top of the Pops. It was crowned #1 again. I thought, what the fucking hell's going on here?
Well, that's all right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hunt down every single vinyl, 7-inch vinyl I can, box them all up. I'm going to send them to you, Carlos, just as a present. We got Jim here saying, I keep hearing the woman in the background, and all I keep thinking is, which one of these guys is going to start yelling, Mum, where's the meatloaf? And he also says that his first Arrow release was the Blu-ray for House.
Oh, cool.
That's a movie that would sell well if they did it on 4K, the old Japanese movie, because
yeah,
Collector's Dream.
nice set as well when it came out. I only just recently picked that one up this year.
Yeah,
actually, oh, he means the film's house, the 80s horror films, didn't he? I referred to the Japanese movie house then for a second. Ignore me.
Okay.
But they'll get a 4K, those house movies, no doubt.
Oh God, yeah. If there's an audience for them, definitely. There really is an audience for them. Alan says that Arrow have retained an identity, which is I suppose that's true. He says the Scream Factory, since they're assimilated into Groove, have kind of lost theirs. Yeah, I can kind of understand that, especially with the whole Day of the Dead debacle as well. That box set, that was piss poor. Jim says Scream Factory went to shit way before they were assimilated by Groove, and it breaks my heart because that was my favorite boutique label here in the States. And he also says, that being said, Alan, I just picked up the Shout Select 4K of The Stuntman because I love that film. That's a film I need to pick up because I missed out on the transmission set. And Marty's here, Mr. Steelbook himself. How are you, sir? He says Scream Factory are just re-releasing their films as Steelbook, which I'm happy about. You know what? I thought he would be. I don't know why.
He must have better experience with me of them being posted, because every time I buy a Scream Factory Steelbook, it comes from America in a bloody brown envelope and it's dented to shit like. So I stopped buying them. If they were in a British warehouse and they were shipped from Britain, I'd have a lot more, but too expensive to take a bloody risk these days.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. And the last comment before we get to the final section, and also Carlos's rumors, because we've got about 25 minutes left. He says, Jim says that the Stuntman is his favourite Peter O'Toole performance, and it's probably Steve Railback's best performance in a feature. He played Charlie Manson in a TV movie in the 70s, and he was incredible. Yeah, I must admit, I do quite like Steve Railback, especially in Life Force, where he's just a bit of a pervert for a naked space vampire.
Well, that's a movie that Arrow done a Blu-ray, then they released a 4K later down the line, and it sold well. So
yeah, Life Force is a cracking film.
Awesome.
The 4K from Arrow is brilliant, but I got the imprint version. And I must admit, I love that. I love that set.
Edition.
Yeah, it really is. So the last section that I've got noted down here, because I've got to put it in the notes, is studio back catalogue releases, and there is a fair few. I do have pictures of them. First one is Mrs. Doubtfire, starring Robin Williams and Sally Field. 4K Blu-ray, and in the US you do get a digital code. It is going to be released over here apparently in September, as well as Dead Poets Society, which apparently is going to get a steelbook, I think, as well. This has also got, I think it's got young Ethan Hawke as well. What also is going to get a steelbook is Scary Movie, the very first one. Not a favourite of mine, I must admit. I liked it when I was a kid, but not for me now, I'm afraid. But this is one I think a lot of people might be interested in. American Werewolf in London, probably the 20th release from any studio, really. In a 45th anniversary steelbook.
Wow.
And coming from Warner Archive is the complete series of Maverick, starring James Garner as Brett Maverick, who was played in the 93 film by Mel Gibson. And a rather good film it is as well. Also coming to steelbook is Little Shop of Horrors, starring Rick Moranis, and with a guest star by Steve Martin. And that's also going to come in a set, which the picture hasn't even loaded in, with fucking thing, I don't know, along with Lost Boys, Nightmare on Elm Street, Poltergeist, and The Shining, and they're all going to be in a box set, along with in like a VHS kind of covers as well, which, well, most of them have had standalone steelbooks, but apparently these are going to look like the original VHS cases, which I think if they release Poltergeist on their own, I'd pick that one up because it looks like the original MGM UA box, all grey and anyway. You've also got a Van Helsing 4K steelbook, and that's the film with Hugh Jackman, which I must admit I do quite like. You've also got, now this one has loaded up, thank fuck for that, Ryan's Daughter, starring Robert Mitchum and John Mills, who actually won an Academy Award for this, directed by David Lean, and it's not a bad movie whatsoever, and it's set in Ireland. I think it's in the early 20th century. Not a bad film whatsoever. You've also got the Rob Zombie Firefly trilogy on 4K, which is House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell. You've also got the Godzilla -1 4-disc steelbook, which I think is a new steelbook. And you've also got Cannibal Holocaust. This is going to be from Grindhouse, releasing in one of their big sets, the same as the Beyond. It's going to have 6 discs with 3 cuts, including never before seen PG cut, which is probably just going to be the start titles and the end titles. So it's going to be good for kids, and grandma can watch it as well. And I think, oh no, there's also going to be a steelbook of AI for its 20th anniversary, the Steven Spielberg Stanley Kubrick collaboration with the late Sam Neill. And I think that's it for that section. So any of those ones going to be in your collection, Craig?
Right, so the first one I got to talk about before I forget them all is a bit like the generation game, this, isn't it? You've got to like remember all the things that have come up, like on the conveyor belt. I got to talk about the Grindhouse release of Cannibal Holocaust, because you know that's Bumper's movies all over, trash exploitation cinema like that. I'm on eggshells with that because you can't pre-order from Grindhouse in the UK. They don't deliver to the UK, so I got to. I won't have to go the eBay route, I don't think, because I get it from a place called Film Treasures. I'm quite friendly with the guy who owns it. Well, I say he owns it. He works there alongside some other guys, so I'll drop him a message, and hopefully he'll give me the nod when they get them in, and you have to be quick to buy them because they run out of stock. But I wanted to mention the PG cut. When you brought, I want to, if you were going to bring it up, and I just find that hilarious. A PG cut of Cannibal Holocaust, that's the reason why I'm buying it, because I got it on 4K from 88 anyway. So they released it ages ago. So yeah, but so that one I definitely want to get. That's going to be an amazing release. I will get my hands on it. It won't be cheap. It'll be.
You're not showing your kids, are you? Bumper? You're not showing your kids that version, are you?
I gotta be honest, I wish my kids would watch it. They won't watch they only watch YouTube. I try to get them to watch horror films, kids ones like Monster House and Coraline and things like that. They don't want to know. But if they could be saying, "Can I watch Cannibal Holocaust?" I'd be like, "Yeah." I'd make them watch the proper cut as well. But no, so 100% I want to get that one. The Grindhouse one. I got a lot of their other releases, like the Beyond, and so yeah, so definitely I want to get that one. I gotta say, although like Mrs. Doubtfire isn't a movie that represents my tastes, and I wouldn't rush out to buy it, the artwork was sublime on that steelbook. I gotta be fair, if it was a steelbook or a slipcover, I'm not sure, but lovely artwork on it. Marty won't like me saying this, but I don't really buy steelbooks anymore. I find them to be a bit of a what's the word? Like, not a scam, obviously, because you're paying for them and getting them, but like a way to get you to spend money. Like, you notice how they don't release the standard releases, like they'll only release the steelbooks first of all, like, and they're like sort of preying on the bloody steelbook collectors. They usually really niche years ago, didn't they? Like, I remember I had a couple like a Robocop one and a zombie flesh eaters ones, and they were rare then, do you know what I mean? But now they come out before the standard releases, so I'm not falling into that trap of collecting them, because it'll just be Bumper being skint in no time. So Little Shop of Horrors I would like. I'll probably get that on a standard release, because that's a great film. I used to watch it all the time growing up. A good gateway horror for your kids, like if they don't mind a bit of a musical and whatever. Rick Moranis is the big loss to cinema one day when he decided not to act anymore when his wife died to look after his kids, like because he was funny as even in like kids films like Honey I Shrunk the Kids and all. So yeah, so I do like that film. I'd rather have a standard release. I can't think what else you showed. I got to be honest, I don't think there was a lot really tickling my fancy because I'm not a Steelbook guy. Dead Poets Society, I like film. I don't think I'd rush out to buy it though. Maybe on a standard if it was in a sale. I think I can't think what the other ones were. Was there anything else we were talking about?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I love the artwork on it, but it's just not my sort of film, unfortunately.
Yeah. And the Rob Zombie Firefly trilogy on 4K.
Yeah. So usually I would jump at that, I got to be honest, but I got this unbelievable release from Spain. I got it like for like 25 quid from Amazon Spain a couple of years ago. It's a Firefly trilogy. All the 3 films got like lush foil writing on it, like the designs also. It opens up like the Dawn of the Dead does for Second Sight. I should have dug it out to show you. I've seen it on Carlos's list. I thought I'd dig that out to show him because I can't believe I got it for cheap. You don't see anyone with it. So I'm happy with those films on Blu-ray because I only really like The Devil's Rejects, if the truth's known. And I don't really see because they're like 70s grindhouse movies or wannabe 70s grindhouse movies. They don't really need the 4K, so I won't be able to ransom over that one. I think maybe if I saw it in a sale or something, it's a studio release, is it?
I think it is.
And they're all 4K, so you're probably going to be talking about 60, 70 quid. I don't need to be dropping out on those Rob Zombie films when I got a nice set anyway. But you know, I got no doubt that people will flock to it, and it will be nice. But yeah, not really an upgrade I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, who really wants to see Sherry Moon Zombies wooden acting in 4K?
The third one's atrocious. I just don't know what he was thinking with that. There's just everything about it, the script, the acting, just bollocks.
Yeah, it does sound it. It really does. What about? Sorry.
The second one's great. Devil's Rejects is great. So they spoiled it with that third thing. I never know, but
hey, whatever goes on in his head, you know, casting his wife in every single film he's ever fucking made. Jesus fucking wet. Anyway, Pete, what about you, mate?
Well, there's quite a few decent releases there. Mrs. Doubtfire, I'm not too fussed about picking that one up, but it's nice to see Disney releasing some more of the Fox stuff out on 4K, getting it out the vault and doing some nice releases. I do think they do some of the nicest slip covers out there because I picked up Minority Report, Kingdom of Heaven, and Master and Command, or whatever it was called the other week. And all the slip covers on there are really premium feeling. And to be fair, whilst they don't release the films a lot on 4K, they do a lot of special features and do quite a packed release. So I'm not too fussed about Miss Doubtfire. Dead Poets Society, I've never seen that one, but I'm more willing to give that one a chance on 4K because I've never seen it, and I do like Robin Williams, so I might get that one. I know there's some few other ones that are rumoured to come out from Disney on the Fox label for 4K later this year, which they do sound pretty good. Scary Movie, I don't really have no interest in that. It seems like, again, just grasping at straws to try and profiteer over the new one that came out earlier this year that apparently weren't very good. I'm not too fussed about that.
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London, the upteenth release of it, but it is a very nice steelbook of it. If I've got the Arrow Blu-ray box set of it, if I get it on 4K, which I really should do, I'll just get the standard Arrow from in the sale and then put it in my Blu-ray box set and sell the Blu. And sell the Blu-ray.
Good money saving tip there, because that's exactly what I thought when I seen that steelbook. Instead of paying 40 quid or whatever for that steelbook, just go and get the standard release from Arrow in a sale for like £15 or £18, and you just know you don't need to ever replace that copy, like, you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. No, that's right.
Yeah, Maverick series, I've never seen it, but I wouldn't mind them releasing the film on 4K. That's a lot of fun. That's a really fun little Richard Donner film. Little Shop of Horrors, great to see it's coming out on 4K, but again, a standard edition, I think, for me. Van Helsing, that did get a 4K years ago, but that's super rare now, so it's nice to see it's getting a re-release. I do like that film. That's a bit of a guilty pleasure. I think it's quite a lavish sort of box set that they're doing for it, because I did see it online for like 40, 50 quid, and Yeah, it's a bit too much for Van Helsing. Ryan's Daughter, never heard of it. Rob Zombie, the trilogy that they're doing. I've not seen many Rob Zombie films. The only ones I've seen his Halloween ones, which are mixed bag. So, some moments are good, some moments not so much. The less about the horse, the better. Also, I've seen the Munsters one. Oh no, his version of the Munsters is absolutely dreadful. Godzilla -1 Steelbook. How I'm remembering all this if I actually writing it all down, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not that good of a memory.
Hey!
Yeah, I've already got the -1 Steelbook they did a couple of years ago when the film finally came out, so not too fussed about getting another Steelbook just for an extra disc. Cannibal Holocaust, be worth it just for the PG cut, but not too fussed to pay all that money for it. And AI, I've got the Blu-ray of it. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, that's about it for me.
Yep. No, that's fair enough, mate. Carlos, what about yourself, mate?
To be honest, out of all those, the only one that really says grabbed me is Mrs. Doubtfire, and I'm not a huge Robin Williams fan. I mean, I won't bother with Dead Poet Society. So that's nice that they're releasing that on 4K because I do have that on Blu-ray. Little Shop of Horrors, good little comedy movie. That's actually one I never actually owned, so that's a possibility. AI, not for me. The Grindhouse releasing of Cannibal Holocaust, while I did watch that movie back in the VHS days and sort of said I'll never go back to watching that movie again, Grindhouse releasing makes some fantastic additions. Chances are that will sell out and that will go that will go for silly money because they put very sort of small sort of releases out. They don't put out loads of releases from that company. That's that 80s Steelbook original artwork collection set. Kind of annoying for me, really, when you see something like that, because they're mainly movies that have already been released, and we always kind of moan that movies, if they get released on Blu-ray or 4K, should have the original artwork. It's kind of like a last sort of stab at the cherry, really. You know what I mean? How many times has American Werewolf in London been released? While that Steelbook does sort of say, grab me because it's got the original artwork, and I love original artwork, but I'm quite content with the Arrow 4K release. I mean, I had the Blu-ray and now I had the 4K one. Do I need to get another sort of edition? Just because it's got a nice original artwork. Again, it was sort of like you're going to get these releases where they're going to dangle the carrot in front. The Lost Boys and the Poltergeist. I mean, when they released them on 4K, they didn't really release the original artwork. And I have picked up those editions. Again, it's kind of you getting rid of your old stuff and having to sell them. And chances are you always lose a little bit to get these releases. So, again, this time of the year, it's kind of what titles do you really, really need? And for me, it's ones that I want to upgrade. I don't sort of feel the need to sort of like get rid of one 4K edition to get another 4K edition, unless it's a massive set and you get loads of new documentaries and features and stuff. So, out of that, probably, like I say, Miss Doubtfire would be the one that I would want to grab, and possibly Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'd be in the same boat as you, Carlos. Definitely Mrs. Doubtfire because I love that film. Little Shop of Horrors. I watched it not that long ago on Laserdisc, and you know what? After not seeing it for 30 odd years, I actually really, really enjoyed it. So I think that'd definitely be a pickup for me, either Steelbook or standard. I might get Maverick at some point because I do like a good Western TV series. So after seeing the film, I do want to see what the series is like. I think Cannibal Holocaust. I think if I do if I do manage to get, because I've never seen it whatsoever, so I'm intrigued by it. So I think afterwards, if I'm sitting like this going, I think I'll just go with the PG cut, really. But after seeing what they did,
I mean, you'd think Arrow Video or 88 Films would release that over here.
It has been released. Shameless released it on Blu-ray years ago, and it's had a 4K from 88 Films. So,
yeah,
obviously, Grindhouse is an American release. I don't know if it's ever had a Region A 4K. I doubt it has. So, you know,
Yeah.
but, if you've never seen it, I definitely wouldn't go and lump loads of money on it. I would just go and get Synapse, not Synapse, the yellow Shameless Blu-ray from HMV for like $7.99. That's got both cuts on there, so you haven't got to watch the cut with the animal cruelty if you don't want to. But you know, I wouldn't
see movies like Cannibal Holocaust again. You know, is there going to be the full uncut version? Because I always kind of get confused. You know, there's all these editions. I mean, some Shameless editions who I did have, some of them, you know, always claimed that they were uncut, and then sort of when other releases got released,
they were.
It wasn't cut.
Shameless are known for releasing the cut versions, but I imagine Grindhouse won't mess about. I imagine the Grindhouse release will have the fully uncut version on. But I used to have the Shameless Blu-ray, and if that was cut, I don't know what was cut from it because it was pretty damn horrific. But you know.
I mean, I only say that because over here the animal laws compared to the US completely different. Like there's a Western and there's a horse fall. We tend to cut it out over here, where in the US they keep them in. It's a little bit annoying when you see that.
I got to be honest. I don't get offended by animal cruelty. It's not nice, you know. As long as I don't want to see anyone killing no puppies on telly. Like, but I'm a dog man. But like, I can watch a film from the '70s, and if they kill a snake, and someone says, "Oh, that was a real snake," all right, so
but
Cannibal Holocaust is like a little ferret, and it's still mean. You shouldn't go in killing little ferrets. There is the tortoise scene. Actually, I take that back.
That is real rough.
There's the tortoise scene. Yeah, that's me. That's bang out of order. If you've seen those people in real life doing that, you'd go and knock them out, wouldn't you? But you know. But you know, aside from that, though, like a lot of these films, when they say animal cruelty, it is just like a bloody rat or a snake or something stupid like that. But I don't really offend me that much, really. Like I said, I wouldn't go out my way to see it, but whatever's in it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think that would probably be that for me. Just like Mrs. Doubtfire, Little Shop of Horrors, and for Cannibal Holocaust, I might just go for the 88 Films release thing on 4K if it's cheap enough. That'll probably end up doing me. So
Nigel's your man to speak to about that film. He loves Cannibal Holocaust. Nigel, that's his jam.
Bloody hell.
Oh,
he'll tell you about all the different cuts.
Yeah, I think he might have spoke to me about it once. I think it was like a few months ago or something. I think I'll have to go to him and see what the best version is to get.
I mean, I remember watching that as a mid-teen, and back then in the VHS days as a mid-teen, it was like we hired those movies out and watched those movies for a dare, just to go into school to talk about it. I watched Cannibal Holocaust. I watched Zombie Flesh Eaters. It was all all that as a bit of a dare. What probably teens would do with Netflix if they saw the next sort of top sort of series would go into college or university. I'll just watch this, I'll watch that. But for us, it was the video nasties and watching all that weird shit.
Most of your mates said you watched it, but you wouldn't tell them you slept in your mum's bed for 4 nights after watching it.
Oh, right. So just quickly before we get to Captain Rumours section, we're going to go through the comments just quickly because we've not got all that long left. But Jim says he'll say this about Scream Factory, the steelbooks, at least the original ones, the art was incredible. Now it's kind of hit and miss. I do have to agree with that. I really do. And Marty says, I have a little thing for steelbooks. We wouldn't have guessed.
Really?
We really wouldn't have guessed.
Marty's just sent me a text. He's saying, "Can you get Bumper's phone number if he wants to sell any steelbooks?"
I'll have them all off him, yeah. Make sure he sends them well in the post. Plenty of bubble wrap.
I'll tell you what, if you ever come across an Irish sounding guy with a balaclava trying to break into your house to steal your steelbooks, you know who it is.
I've only got about 6, so he's all right.
Yeah.
Good ones, mine, but
Jim says the only thing that upsets me about Arrow, if they're going to do a 4K release, why not include a Blu-ray with it unless you're selling them separately? Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, it would be nice if they did.
That's true. Yeah, he also says case in point when they come out with Blue Thunder recently on 4K, but no Blu-ray option whatsoever.
they should do it because a 4K player can be quite a luxury item to some people. So, you might want to watch, you can only watch it in one room on 4K, but you might be able to watch it on Blu-ray or DVD in a couple of different rooms in your house. So,
yeah, I
they
agree.
should do it with the Blu-ray as well.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's a very good point. Yeah. I think everyone can see that. And also the next one as well. Yeah.
Oh, a swollen boy.
Oh dear.
Right. Nigel says the Babadook is fucking awful. It's shit from start to finish. That and Blair Witch need the original master destroying. I spit on your grave is Ronin Flicks.
Ronin Flicks, that's the one. They like going so they only release a film every 6 months. So
yeah. Alan says that there is such a thing as overkill. American Werewolf has had way too many releases. The Arrow Collector's Edition is by far the best.
Yeah.
Agreed. And has one of the best docs I've ever seen in the extras.
Yeah,
we've
fantastic.
got. It is. It really is. I need to get that 4K. Of that, I really do. Jordan from Movie Worm says, "Hey lads, hope you're all well."
Oh yeah, Jordan.
Hey Jordan.
Hope you're well, mate. And he said, glad to see Barbarians finally getting a 4K in a few weeks. Pre-ordered that in time for a rewatch before. I thought that said
Good
Checkers. Checkers Resident Evil.
I'd watch that.
It's the liquor. But I was going to say something there, but it's gone. Don't worry. I was going to say, yeah, I'm gutted Barbarians coming out because I bootleg movies here and there. It's one of my best sellers, Barbarian, so it won't be anymore. Never mind, eh?
Nige says, as well as the PG cut Cannibal Holocaust, they've also found even more footage, so the uncut version is going to get longer.
Ooh.
Unlike Nigel's seen us.
And he says that he's already pre-ordered it, so
he's got his buddy in America, Nigel, sorts him out like he sends it over for him. Lucky bugger.
From Grindhouse. Yeah, I know. Oh,
I'll get it from Film Treasures. They'll get some in. They always do with Grindhouse.
Yeah, they really do. So that's all the comments for the time being. So just quickly before we wrap things up, Captain Chaos, Rumor, would you like to?
Yeah, I will say a couple. I mean, a lot of these movies I'm going to mention, some of these we have actually mentioned before. Again, all these movies, again, I've heard through American sources, they're trying to push these movies, and there's quite a few of them, obviously with the rush leading up to Christmas. If they do not come out, then they're probably going to be early next year. Classics like Bullet with Stephen Quinn, we did mention that one. That's come up on Instagram quite a bit. True Grit, the John Wayne version. I think I've heard there's going to be a 4K steelbook of that. Great movie. And the James Bond movies, we did mention that the Roger Moore and the Pierce Brosnan only, not Timothy Dalton, that they have been working those movies on the 4K. Likelihood that they're going to come in a set first and then obviously do them as separate releases. Again, you'd probably, to get like a massive sale on that, you'd think that those movies would be sort of sold near the Christmas sort of time. So if they are going to release these movies, in probably the likelihood within the next month or two, these movies that I mentioned, these dates are going to come out when they're coming out. A couple of Arnie movies, Commando, that's going to be getting a 4K release. I do hope the full cut version of that, where he slices the guy's head off in that shed scene. Terminator 3, finally hoping to get a 4K release. Again, either the end of the year or early next year. And also 3 Nicolas Cage movies. I think Con Air we've mentioned once before. They're pushing that, as well as Ghost Rider, and also The Rock, which they did sort of mention on Blu-ray.com. It's definitely getting a 4K release. Again, no date has been discussed on that. The Blade movies with Wesley Snipes, the trilogy. I'm hearing that they're going to probably release those as in a set. Miami Vice with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell are going to be getting a 4K release. I think Michael Mann is actually going to be sort of putting his work involved in that, like he did with Heat. So expect that one's going to come out. I reckon probably more early next year, because obviously the new movie is going to get, Miami Vice 85 is going to get released in August. So there's probably not a rush for that. Black Rain is been in the works. For Black Rain with Michael Douglas has been in the works for a while, so expect a 4K release of that. And also Armageddon, which we also mentioned, again, another big blockbuster movie. And one that probably Mike is going to get, Pretty Woman, is going to be getting a 4K release. Again, you'd expect that one is going to get pushed just before Christmas. And I know Mike's going to get the pink miniskirt version edition. So, yeah, each to your fancy on that. And we did mention the Toy Robot. I've heard rumours that they're going to again release some more action movies. You've got Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes, one of my favourite Wesley Snipes movie. I'm hearing that that's going to get a release upcoming. And also one of my favourite Burt Reynolds movies, the cop thriller Sharky's Machine, is going to get released on the Toy Robot label. So there, a lot to talk about, all rumours. Guys, which one are you grabbing if they do come out?
Okay. Try to remember everything you said again then. So I definitely grabbed the Arnie ones, because although I'm not like diehard Arnie, Predator, Total Recall, Commando, Terminator, War Deal, there's like 7 or 8 films that I really want to have from the 80s and the early 90s, up to like Terminator 2. I'm done with Arnie after Terminator 2, so, I can take or leave the rest. What else did you talk about? Blade. So I love Blade. Fucking film's awesome. But I've already got a 4K steelbook of Blade. It's the first 4K I ever bought, and maybe the first steelbook I ever bought. It's one I've kept in my collection because it got a slipcover over it as well. But it's an awesome steelbook, and it's awesome transfer.
That would be with Blade 2 and 3.
Yeah,
Blade has been released already.
Yeah, that's fine. Blade 2's all right. I think with Blade 2, a lot of people didn't like it at first, but then when they realised Guillermo del Toro directed it, they were all a bit more like, oh, actually, it is quite good. Del Toro directed it. Now he's a big name. But it's not as good as the first one. I don't care what anyone says. The third one, I can't even remember the third one. I got them on DVD. But a set of Blade films, maybe, but it would only be for the first one. So if it's a new transfer, I think about it. But if it's the old transfer, I've already got it. Something else you said I was interested in. I can't think what it is now off the top of my head.
Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. So the Nicolas Cage movies, I love The Rock and I love Con Air. Like, in the 90s, he was probably the biggest action star, wasn't he, Nicolas Cage? Even though he doesn't come across as an action star, he's in Face Off, Con Air, and The Rock. Amazing films. Yeah. But like, do you ever think like, if you were someone who had loads of money and you didn't have to think about what you buy, yeah, you'd have them. But when you're on a budget, sometimes you've got to think, oh, well, maybe I've seen them so many times I won't. So they're the sort of films that I'd love to have. And if I was minted, I would buy them day one, no doubt about it. But when I'm a bit more thin with my money, I might wait till they come in the 3 for 50 or, whenever you can get them. But they are good movies, the Nick Cage movies. I got to be honest. Those 3 I said from the 90s, badass movies. But on Passenger 57, yeah, that is my favorite Wesley Snipes film. So, Toy Robot, I don't know. I don't want to be all in because I'm not interested in some of the films. Like you said, the one, didn't you? The what did you say? Would you say Steve McQueen, was it? The Mutiny or something?
Bullet's gonna be getting a release.
Oh, Bullet, yeah. So yeah, not really thing with that, but yeah. That's about it, really. I can't remember the rest of them, but
yeah, Black Rain, Armageddon.
Black
Pretty
Rain's a good
Woman.
film anyway, with Michael Douglas. I remember when I was a kid, there used to be a video shop on the corner where I used to live, and when I was at Sky School, I used to go down there and hang around there and like help him out, stack the shelves and all. And when it closed, he said I could take 2 videos for free, and I took Black Rain and Young Sherlock
Brilliant
Holmes.
movie.
So I used to have them on big box VHSs back in the day. Yeah, good film, Black Rain. Always remember the scene in
very
the
good
lift
film.
at the end.
Yeah, very good film, Black Rain. What about yourself, Pete?
Well, good thing I wrote them all down as Carlos was reciting them up one by one again.
There's a lot to talk about.
There is,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah.
Bullet, that could be a really special one. That could be like another Dirty Harry in terms of transfer.
I
They
hope
could
so.
really
I
do
hope
a
so.
good job with that one. Hopefully, it will get like a big box set with the still books and odds and sods as well. I would definitely get that. I think it's such a fantastic film, and it's been needing a 4K for a very long time. True Grit, I've seen the remake. I quite like the remake. I haven't seen the original, but I do have that. And again, another one that definitely needs a 4K release. James Bond Collection, yeah, they need to be coming out ASAP. Hopefully they can do the On Her Majesty Secret Services. Wow, probably bundle that one up with the Timothy Dalton ones because there's only 2 of them ones. The Craig films are already out, and yeah. Hopefully it won't be too long. Hopefully the Roger Moore one will come out just before Christmas. But one thing I do hope is that they improve the still book artwork because they were awful. The Sean Connery ones were really weak. Commando, again, really love that film. Hopefully it's the extended unrated cut on 4K. It's going to be a Fox release, so again, really nice slipcover. Terminator 3, no thank you. I've got the DVD, but I'll keep with that. Just re-release the second one, do a better transfer of the second one, and I'll be happy with that. Con Air, yeah, I would probably pick that one up. Really do enjoy it. Ghost Rider, not really. I guess because of the new film coming out in a couple of years, they want to push it. Rock, definitely wouldn't mind picking that up. The Blade trilogy, I've got them on Blu-ray. I think I'm happy enough with them on Blu-ray. I mean, unless the Blade trilogy on 4K is like 20 or 30 quid, very reasonably priced, then maybe I would pick them up, but I'll keep with the trilogy set I've got. Miami Vice, I've got the 88 films released with slipcover and all that. I'm happy enough with that. Black Rain, I did pick it up from Poundland on DVD years ago and really enjoyed it. So that could be one I could pick up. Armageddon, really enjoyed that. Wouldn't mind picking that one up. Like Commander, Con Air, The Rock, Armageddon, a perfect 3 for 50 fodder at H&V once they go in that offer. Oh, and Pretty Woman, I'll definitely pick that one up. That one actually would be a day one pickup. Give us a nice still book as well. Why not? And
Pink edition.
yes.
The miniskirt version.
Yeah, that's it.
Dear.
Or maybe Mike's going to go for the Kinky Boots Steelbook edition.
No one's meant to know about that.
And Passenger 57. Oh, I love that film. Again, only 80 minutes, but flies by. So
yeah, it's a good one.
Definitely would like to pick that one up. That Toy Robot label seems to be bringing out some pretty good stuff. Isn't that like a offshoot of Arrow, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. For me, definitely Passenger 57. Brilliant film. Brilliant film. The Rock, Con Air, Armageddon. Yeah, be picking those up for certain. Blade trilogy. I might pick it up, but only for the first 2 films. The third one's complete and utter wank. Only because, and Alan has actually put this down as well, because basically Snipes was a total dick on the set making it. You know what? I think that's probably the best way of putting it. What were the other releases? Commando. Yeah, that it will be definitely a pickup on 4K because I've got the Blu-ray with both cuts. And I can't see him not putting both cuts on there. Yeah. It'd be stupid for him to just put the theatrical and not the full arm slicing, head like scalp lopping, you know, neck fun, you know. I can't remember the other ones. You said.
Armageddon, Black Rain.
Black
Pretty
Rain.
Woman, Miami Vice, Blade.
Miami Vice. I've got the same as Pete. I've got the 88 films one, but I haven't got the slip. That'll do me,
Yeah.
I think.
Bullet and True Grit.
Bullet will be a
True
definite.
Grit. And the
True
Bond
Grit.
movies.
Yeah, True Grit will be a definite. The Bond films will be a definite, but I'll only get the standard releases of those, like the standard box set, not the steel books, because I think the actual artwork for them is absolutely wank. It really is. So yeah, there's quite a lot there on the rumors that I will definitely pick up. And just as an added extra, Marty's actually said that Umbrella are releasing Tucker and Dale versus Evil on the 4K Collector's Edition, and he will be pre-ordering it. Not a steelbook.
Wow.
I am shocked.
Wow.
Colour me shocked on that one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the live stream.
I won't say what I pick because I think majority of them I probably will pick. Probably the Blade set. I'm happy with the first one on 4K, so I probably won't bother. Out of all those ones, I think probably Bullet, like Pete said, if they'd done that in a Warner sort of collector's edition, I'll be all for that. The Bond movies, I will get those separately on 4K with custom made slip covers. But I think the majority of those other movies, the Nicolas Cage ones, the Arnie ones, are definite ones. Again, I'm hoping these movies do get released just before Christmas or early next year.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Carlos. I thought you said what ones you was going to get. I'm so sorry about that.
No, I should have. Like I say, I didn't realise. I mean, like I said, some of them we had mentioned before, and again, there's no date on them. But I've just heard that those movies they are pushing, obviously, to get them released before Christmas, as you would expect this time of the year. So, it's kind of. I mean, for collectors, it's a bit of a, all these releases are now going to come thick and fast from September onwards. And like I've always said, it's what we really, really, really want. Because the bank balance is going to go a little bit silly, for sure.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah. And for all those that keep saying, physical media's on its ass. No, it fucking isn't. It's what we just proved.
Yeah,
That's what we proved. Time and time again.
Get me wound up on them silly fucking thumbnail videos and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah.
Or
no, I'm not going on there again. I've been there so many times now. Having a bit of a rant. But I mean, like I say, plenty to look forward to, and we will again with this new time slot. And we hope to come back with another live stream in a couple of weeks' time because we've got the new stack of Arrow movies got announced on this past Friday and a few 88 films releases that are worth talking about. So more to come.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? We are looking forward to it. It's just as we do every single month, because this is what it's all about for us as collectors. Is all these releases coming out of films that we love or we haven't even heard of and we're willing to take a punt on. So for everyone saying that physical media is dying, no, it isn't. It's alive and well, and it's here to stay. So everyone who's a naysayer, you can go and basically sit on it. So from myself, my co-host Carlos, from our two very special guests, Craig.
The channel descriptions will be in the description in the old link box. Again, many thanks for having Pete on again.
Thanks so much for the invite.
And an absolute pleasure finally getting Bumper to come on.
Because
he's a hard man to track down because he's always having these holidays, you see.
I really want to go to one of the meetups, but God, I put Hartlepool into my sat nav. It takes me 6 hours to drive to Hartlepool.
Really? Shit, bloody hell.
Tell me when you're having one a bit closer.
Yeah, well, look at it like this, Bumper. If you want a real cheap holiday and you're not selling stuff on eBay or not selling much on the bootlegs, come to Hartlepool. How's that?
Yeah.
And Bumper will be selling. Yeah, Bumper will be selling bootlegs in Hartlepool.
Yeah, that's what I do to pay for my
outside the travel lodge.
The spoons with a bag full.
Yeah. Yeah, just lifting up. Yeah, look, I've got this one here. Look, there you go, for a fiver. Oh.
If only it was that easy, I'd be bloody millionaire.
Oh,
Too bad
but
on them bootlegs, I tell you.
yeah, no, definitely not, definitely not.
He's
But
got the best tan.
no,
He's got the best tan in Wales. Old Bumper has.
Leg it to the stars.
Oh, but no, once again,
Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, it's been an absolute blast. It really, really has. So thank you both again for joining us. I want to thank Carlos again for being an excellent co-host as always. I want to thank everyone in the comments, well, who's been watching and for commenting and telling us what you're looking forward to. As always, it's a pleasure to watch. It really is. So I think that's pretty much it now. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, whatever's left of it. And all I can say is basically we'll see you on the next one and keep it physical. So until next time, see you all very, very soon. You all take care.
Take care.
Bye.